Well, you know what day it is. It's 3 Minutes Thursday. Today we are answering one of the most asked questions: what camera gear do we use on the boat?
We'll break it down, share some tips, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below.
Let's put 3 minutes on the clock.
First camera that we're gonna dive into is the DJI Osmo Action 5.
If you're just starting with fishing videos, this is the camera for you.
We use this camera all the time. One is mounted on the console and always rolling, while the other is on a neck mount for epic POV action. The best part about this camera is the battery life. It gives us over 3 hours of recording with minimal overheating, which is a total game changer.
Yes, I remember that the GoPro was dying after 40 minutes.
And to avoid overheating, what we also do is shoot it in 4K 30 frames per second.
If you're going up to 60 frames per second, it will overheat. Another thing about overheating that I learned, and it's a great tip to give to you, if you will slide down from the top, it will give you the option to turn off the screen. So after 3 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, never. And if you want not to get overheat, put it on the lowest. But if you want to film yourself and you want to see yourself for a second, so just swipe down, put it on never, film yourself, record what you want to see that you are in frame, and then before you put it back on the console or wherever you put it down and screen off. As for setting, everything is stayed on auto except the white balance that will lock it on 5500. The reason being, you don't want the shift with the clouds coming in, coming out. You want to lock it. And another tip is, if you know how to color grade, shoot in D-Log M. It will give you a flat image, and when you move it to the post-production and you will edit the image on the computer, you will get more dynamic range, more information in the shadows, way better.
Another great feature is that we can connect a wireless microphone.
So this camera will roll all the time. We will have 2 microphones, one on me and one on Leni. And the new microphone that we just add to the family is
the DJI Mic Mini. Something about these microphones, and it's microphones that we're recording right now the sound with, is that they have a long battery life.
Yes, longer than the DJI Mic 2.
So we had the DJI Mic 2, which is great, but the battery life is much longer on these small microphones. Also, they're a lot lighter and just easier to use.
Smaller. Look on the difference in the size between the DJI Mini and the DJI Mic 2.
Yeah, it's game changer, and it's also less weight. So if you have it, I connect my mic to my bra strap or my bikini top, whereas Yaniv has his on the shirt. So with the Mic 2, it's a lot heavier and it pulls down his shirt. One thing to know is that these have built-in noise cancellation. So to save the battery life, make sure you turn off that noise cancelling.
Yes, we noticed that there is a huge difference between if it's on or off for the battery life. I don't really feel it in the sound, and also you can edit it after if you have any noise, but for the battery life, leave it off. And also the limiter.
Yes, that's very good for me, because when I catch a fish, I tend to scream. I'm like, woohoo! So I don't blow out your ears in the videos. These mics limit the maximum amount of sound that it records, meaning it won't blow out the speakers. One more thing to add is that these microphones are actually cheaper than the Mic 2.
Unless you need lavalier to connect to the mic, go on the small one. Battery life, size, weight, limiter, everything.
Next up is the big gun. It is what we're recording with right now, the Sony FX3. This camera is a cinema grade beast. It's our go-to for all those sexy slow motion close-up shots of when we catch a fish and bring it on board.
So the Osmo Action 5 will shoot all the action. Once the fish is on the boat, we will get out the 4K, the 60 frames per second of the Sony FX3 to get those smooth slow motion shots that you see in all our videos.
When using this camera, we pair it with a 16 to 35mm f2.8 lens.
The 16 to 35 give us a wide image, and because we are shooting on a 19-foot boat, pretty small, usually I will be very close to Leni. So if I'm shooting with, let's say, 24 to 105, it will be too close to her and you will not get the whole fish. So we will shoot as wide as we can, and this is this lens, the 16 to 35. It's f2.8, and this is giving you this bokeh. If you don't know what is bokeh, it's when it's blurry on the back. So I will zoom on Leni or I will zoom on the fish, and then the background will be a little bit blurry. It's super nice. The next one up is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
This little guy is amazing for stable shots. Like when you're cruising early morning, going in the boat and it's a little bit wavy, this guy will keep the image nice and smooth. Now, it also has a built-in 1-inch sensor that handles low light
Pretty well.
Pretty good, pretty
Yes.
good. If we have a moment that we want to shoot part of the story or an intro and we want a little bit of better quality, we can whip him out at any moment. If you decide to get the Osmo Pocket 3, I suggest to get the Adventure package. Now with that, you'll get a DJI Mic 2, which will improve the quality of your sound for your videos. You'll also get an extender, which will have extra battery life and a little tripod that you can connect as well.
One thing to remember, this camera is not waterproof. So, The next one up is the one that we use the less, but I like the most. It's the Sony A7S III paired with a Sony lens 100 to 400 f4.5 to f5.6.
Well done.
We use this camera to get all those top water shots that you see in slow motion. We are filming in 120 frames per second to slow it down completely, to try to get the boil on the lure and stuff like this. But to be honest, we are not using it enough. If we know that we caught few fish for the day, then we will take it out and we will try to get the boil on the lure and stuff like this, because you're not getting all the time boils. So you can sit for half an hour, 40 minutes, an hour, just holding a camera, try to focus on the lure, and nothing is happening. I say in 2025, let's promise to ourselves to use it more.
Absolutely.
Next one up is our drone. We are using the DJI Mavic 3 Class. We moved to this drone from the Air 2S, and I think what got us and we decided to move was the battery life.
Yeah, we are getting close to 40 minutes of battery life, which is almost double what we could get on the old drone. You can send it up and get more shots, but too, when you're on a boat, you don't have the pressure of having to land it before the battery dies.
One thing that I suggest for any drone, not just this one, is buy yourself a filter with CPL on it. The CPL will break the glare that comes from the boat or from the water and will give you the option to see through the water. You can see the fish swimming and stuff like this because it's breaking this glare that you see on the water. That was definitely more than 3 minutes.
It's more like 20.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
If you have any more questions or want some further information, make sure you leave a comment below.
And we will see you next time.
Yeah.